Sawadee Cup. Welcome to Easy Thai Lessons, Lesson 10. There's one thing I wanted to clear before I continue on with this lesson, and it's, I think on the 4th or 5th video, I talk about, this, that, and that over there. Ni, nan, non. Well, I gave those words to you with high tones. Now, if they're using those as modifiers or as an adjective, then yeah, they're going to be high tones. But if you're going to use those words as individual standalone pronouns, then they have a falling tone, not a high tone. So, this is my computer would be ni pen computer pom. That is my house. Nan pen pan pom. But if you were going to say this computer, it would be computer ni, high tone. That house, pan nan. So, just so you know that. Now, for this lesson, I am going to cover the key words of Thai. Now, these are the same as every other language. There's always going to be those key words. What, when, who, where, why, how much, how many, and, those are words, those are key words that you have to know, they're very important, thus, key words. So, let's get started with that. Now, to incorporate all of these key words, I'm going to use a simple concept of riding an elephant, okay? And to ride an elephant, to ride anything is key, low tone, okay? Now you have to be careful with that word. Make sure when you say, if you're going to intend to ride something or talking about riding something, make sure you say it in a low tone, key. Because if you were to say key, that means shit. And I'm not talking about, the expletive. I'm talking about excrement and the verb to take a shit. Okay, it's you want to be very careful when you say, that word. So, to ride an elephant is ki chang. Just think low, high. And it makes sense because when you're standing next to an elephant, you're low and he's high. So, low, high, to ride an elephant. That's one way of remembering that. Not the best, but anyway, so let's say a Thai person asks you, what are you going to ride? And then, or that could be, kun ki alai kap? And, or today, what are you going to do? Wan ni kun tam alai kap? So, and you could say, I'm going to ride an elephant. Today I'm going to ride an elephant. Wan ni pom ja excuse me. Wan ni pom ja ki chang. Or today I'm going to go ride an elephant. Wan ni pom ja bai ki chang. And that's actually kind of easier to say, at least it is for me, kun pom ja bai ki chang. I'm going to go ride an elephant. There you go. Actually, if I'm going to go and ride an elephant, it would be gamlang jabai ki chang. There you go. That's better. Okay, so for the word for who is krai, and let's say you're showing a photograph of somebody riding an elephant to a person, and a Thai person, and he asks you, who is that riding the elephant? And in Thai that would be nan krai ki chang. And you could say, that's me riding the elephant. Nan pom ki chang. Or nan pen pom ki chang. When is murai. And I gave that to you yesterday, the last lesson. Now, someone asks you, when did you ride an elephant? Kun ki chang murai kap. And then you could say, today I rode the elephant. Wan ni pom ki chang. Now you notice I didn't use lao at the at the end of that sentence, because he already asked you when you rode, and you said "Wan ni pom ki chang." You don't even have to add "pom ki chang." You can just say "Wan ni." Okay, it's already been established that that is the answer. Okay, so the Thai word for why is tamai, and there's different places in a question that you can have tamai placed. But for the most part, either in the front, the very beginning, or the very end. So let's say we put it at the very end. Now, why do you ride the elephants? Kun ki chang tamai, or tamai kun ki chang. Okay, and you can say because I like them. Pra pum chop pokao. Now, the word for where is tinai, and before I go into that, now the last lesson I mentioned Muay Thai, which is Thailand. Now, to say a country, usually you say Batet or Bratet, but for different countries. But for Thailand, you can either say Batet Thai or Muay Thai, and in this case I said Muay Thai. So, like I said, the word for where is tinai, and it could be asking you, where do you ride the elephants? And kun kichang tinai kap, and then you could say nai Muay Thai kap, in Thailand. Of course, then again, if you're in Thailand, that's probably a stupid thing to say, or pointless thing to say. So let's say that you're riding them in Nakhon Pathom, which is a province right outside of Bangkok, which is where my family is. So I would say, I'm going to go ride elephants in Nakhon Pathom. Pomจะไปขี่ช่างที่ Nakhon Pathom. There we go. Okay, so two ways of saying how in Thai is yang ngai or yang rai. And let's say a Thai person asks you, how will you get to Nakhon Pathom in order to ride the elephants? And that could be kun bai Nakhon Pathom per ki chang yang nai. And for that you can say, by car. And now there are several ways of saying that. One way, though, I'll give you is na rotyon. Na, which is a high tone, not like the particles that I gave you before, but high tone though. Na rotyon. Now, that basically translates to in a car, and there are different ways of saying in, like nai, the mid-tone, but we'll get into that later, though. Okay, so you should know by now what how much is taorai. So now I mentioned a new word earlier, pe, meaning for or some, in order to. Now there's another word which is samlap, which is basically the same thing. So let's say a Thai person asks you, how much does it cost to ride an elephant? Or actually, that's something you would ask, and that would be, what is the price in order to ride? How much is the price in order to ride an elephant? And raka is price, so raka taodai samlap ki chang. Now, I'm sure you all know by now that the Thai currency is baht. And so, let's say the answer is 30 baht. Now, the simplest way you'll hear that answer is 30 baht. The word for how many is gi. And so, let's say, how many minutes or how long do you ride the elephant? Gi nati kun ki chang. And let's say the answer would be, I ride the elephant for 30 minutes. So that would be ผมขี่ช่าง30 นาที Now, you don't have to use the word for, as in for a certain amount of time. That word right there is automatically understood. Nati means minute, by the way, and samsit is, of course, 30. We'll get into numbers later. Okay, so we're at the end of our video, so I will see you in lesson 11. Sawadee kap. Kap kun ma kap.